You guys saw Santa Jaws, right?
Oh my god, dude.
Makes this a night
Oh, we're doing that now.
remember.
Oh, this is Joshua.
Hey, we go some carousel. Oh, I just pulled a Josh. Sorry,
Hey.
dude.
I'm Joshua.
This is Brandon.
and this is Dave, and you are tuned into PVD Horror.
You are tuned into PVD Horror.
Hey guys, I'm Felissa Rose Angela from Sleepaway Camp, and you're listening to PVD Horror. Yeah!
All right, let's get started, guys. All right, so you are now tuned into episode 3 of PVD Horror Podcast. So we are just going to get things rolling. We got Brandon over here with some horror news and updates. Brandon, what's good?
What's good? Shit. Friday the 13th fans got some good news.
What is
The
it?
legal battle's coming to an end, and we're probably going to get a new Friday the 13th film soon.
Oh, yeah, LeBron? Is it going to be LeBron's? Didn't he want to make one?
LeBron wanted to do it, but I don't. That fell apart. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure other people are working on it. So I'm not sure what they're doing with it, but we'll see. Like we talked about last time, you know, there was a lot of different Friday the 13th ideas they wanted to do, like that found footage, and then like you just said, LeBron James, and there was like a few other things that they were trying to iron out, but I guess it just didn't work. Everybody, like if you're not in tune with the whole situation with Friday the 13th films, you know, for the last few years, they've been going back and forth with legal battles and everything that just kind of put anything that had to do with Jason to a stop. Like even the Friday the 13th video game that wasn't able to get updates or anything like that. Dave, you played that,
sucked,
right?
man, because that was, I liked that game a lot. And that was like, you know, I was looking forward to some new updates and getting some new Jasons in there. I didn't know if they were going to do the Tom Savini Jason eventually, because you get that in like that what's the offline thing. You get to see a little glimpse of that, which is pretty sick. But yeah, no, it'd be good to see what comes out of this. You know, maybe they'll come up with a new Friday the 13th game at some point.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, because I told last time we met up with the guys from that created the game, you know, so we know those guys. Hopefully everything works out for them and they can get everything rolling again with that game. Like you just said, maybe a new one, you know?
Yeah.
Who's going to take over, or who's going to do the new film? Any ideas? None at all?
I don't think there was any names thrown out there, so there was just like little talks and everything, just saying, hey, you know, there's legal battles coming to an end. So
Films.
Womstomp Films, definitely, you know, they took it over, you know what I mean? And so we have the Never Hike in the Snow coming out soon. So was it October 13th?
Yep.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's big news, you know. Shout out to those guys again. You know, so definitely looking forward to that. And so, yeah.
You've heard it here first. We nominated them.
Womstomp. All right. So in other horror news, we have news that Joe Bob's going to have another Last Drive-In special, Halloween special called Halloween Hideaway. And that's going to premiere on October 23rd. So what do you guys think that Joe Bob is going to play on Halloween?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been giving this some thought, and I don't know. Josh, you got any ideas?
Cannibal Hookers.
Carousel.
Carousel.
There's a scene with a unicorn and a chick.
This guy. You know what I wouldn't be surprised about, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about these films later, but kind of thinking about it, like Pumpkinhead movies might make some sense. But,
That'd be a good pick.
But none of those are streaming currently on Shudder. So I know sometimes they'll add them onto Shudder like last minute, but sometimes they're already like pre-existing Shudder movies. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other franchises that are kind of like Halloween related.
I got to check the catalog out. I'm not sure. So that's the thing. Hopefully they do add some stuff for October. So maybe it can be a surprise. Try to figure out what it is. But you think they're gonna hit them off with a Michael Myers movie?
They did Halloween. Was it Halloween 4 or 5 last year? No, did they do all the Halloweens, or was it? Yeah, he did. He did 1, 2, 4, and 5, right, or something like that.
Oh, I skipped 3.
We need to get the rights to part 3.
Yeah, So last year, was it last October? He came to Providence, and did his redneck tour. And then I got to meet him at the end of it, and I asked him, why didn't you play Halloween 3? And he had said it was an issue with the rights and all that. The same with why he didn't do Phantasm 2 when he did the Phantasm marathon too. So
yeah, because I had let you use the video to that because you didn't see part 2 before for Phantasm.
Yeah, and
right?
actually I finally watched it. It was cool. Now I got to watch the rest of them.
Yeah, definitely cool films. All right, so moving along, we're gonna get a Creep Show Halloween special on October 26th on Shudder, and that's gonna be an animated film. So I think it's gonna kind of roll with the, how when the films come on, it has like the comic book setting, like everything on there. So I think it's gonna have like that feel to it. So it'll be cool, something different. So check it out, Shudder, with all the Halloween specials coming up, and
they should sponsor us.
I don't think so. Not yet.
I haven't heard back from Tubi either. Tubi, if you're listening, you should sponsor us.
So I'm going to ask you guys a question about the new Saw movie that's coming out. Was it, I can't remember the name of it, the one that
Chris Rock.
Yeah, he has some involvement in. What do you guys think of that?
Spiral.
Yeah, Spiral, that's what it's called.
Spiral.
Did you see previews?
It's definitely going to be something different. Yeah, with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
You're the big Saw fan,
I know.
Like for me, I think like Saw 2 was probably like one of my favorite ones. I like the way they had done that. It was kind of cool going every Halloween, October to see those films. And so, like I told you before, my main thing with those films were that like the acting, like the budget was kind of low for the acting, and like the budget was high for like the special effects and the kills and stuff. I thought it was always cool. But I was not a big fan of that last film, Jigsaw, and I had told you that, like, I don't know.
Oh, man, I don't know if we saw the same movie.
I seen that movie. I actually seen it the morning it came out, and I was just like, no.
I left there, and I was like, I don't care what you guys say. That movie was awesome. Like, I don't know. I love the, it's such like, you already know what's going to happen. There's going to be some crazy twist. There's going to be something that all these plot holes that don't really make sense. It's a formula, but I'm like so on board with that formula because it's like, life is so chaotic.
Yeah.
At least I know I can depend on Saw movies to make sense to me at the end. And
the first one was still the best, right? Please tell me, Dave.
So you know what? I have an odd favorite. I like number 3. I think it's the goriest one.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's the 3D one, right?
No, the 3D one was later. I can't remember.
5?
Something like that.
Fuck those movies.
No, dude, don't say that.
Nah.
Dude,
I
I'm
like
just kidding.
The first one, Dave, when it came out, I was in California. I don't know where I was, but I met the guys that made it, the 2 guys, they signed a poster for me. They were awesome, man. I was wearing like a House of a Thousand Corpses shirt, and they pulled me aside, and they were signing stuff for somebody, and we just talked for like 10 minutes. They were the coolest guys, man. And then I just fell out of the series after that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people did, but I mean, like Brandon said, it was like something you expected every October. It kind of turned into like a little like, spooky season tradition for me. So, I would look forward to it every October, and it was just, just something you could count on that was going to bring you a small ounce of happiness.
I still don't forgive you for that fucking shit you pulled though at that convention. This guy went up to fucking Tobin Bell and said, "Hey, he's not a big fan of your films." I'm like, this motherfucker just really say that?
Hey, at least I gave you forewarning that I was gonna say it, so you could expect it. But yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't think you was gonna say it though.
Yeah.
He's like,
that was. I'm gonna be honest. That was another one of those moments in my life. Like when I meet celebrities, at the conventions. I never know what to say, or like sometimes you're like so starstruck you really don't know what to say. But that one I was kind of starstruck, and like I think I said that out of nervousness because I didn't know what else to say. I'm like, I'm such a big fan of you and your series, but no, I really am. I do enjoy those a lot. Josh, I just gotta say this in that light. I know the listeners can't see this, but you resemble a young Charles Manson right now, and it's really amazing. So I just want to point that out to you.
No,
take the camera angle.
We'll send it to the Patreon people.
Yeah.
If you're on Patreon, you can see young Charles Manson on our podcast.
Let's put some money together to get this man a haircut, please.
It's so weird because like the light in your room is reflecting on your forehead, and it looks like there's a upside down cross on your forehead too. And I know that's
Dude,
not exactly what Charles Manson has on his forehead, but it's close
it is
enough.
like
Oh, no.
1,000 degrees in here, so I'm sweating bullets. That's why
It's like a nice shiny reflection on your forehead.
yeah. Thanks, Dave.
You're
Always
welcome,
good to get those compliments. You were the guy that got
You ever
arrested
know-
for going up to Elvira and like, I want to keep your dirty toenail clippings.
Yeah, all right.
Fucking creep. I get so nervous when I meet them.
Untrue.
Right.
Moving on. Sunday
We're
stream.
gonna move into streaming Sundays.
Yes.
Sunday night streams. All right, so I'll start that off. So it was me and Josh that had picks for Sunday night stream.
Boo.
My pick
Yeah.
was the 1989. Man, fuck you. My pick was the 1989 film Moonstalker. Man, so I had found this film on Tubi. So I just like to go by like on Tubi and just look at, like for different covers. Like I had never seen Moonstalker, and I'm glad that I had picked it. It was a good film, crazy twist to it, with an old man and his son, Bernie. He would play it off like Bernie was dead, and that he was just like always out there, just like being that old man that was grieving that lost his son. And so trying to like make people that was on campsites feel bad for him, and then out of nowhere that he would just let fucking Bernie out of the fucking van and just let him go fucking crazy. It's a dope movie. I enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Like I said, it's streaming on Tubi. If you're a slasher fan and you have never seen this film, definitely check it out. So, Josh, you had seen this film, right?
Oh yeah, this an older film from I think the mid '80s. I actually watched it again when you
1989.
posted it. Yeah, was it the '89? Was that late? Oh, I was off.
Yeah.
But I had seen it a long time
Yeah.
ago, and the thing that stuck out was the guy. What was his name? Bernie, right? Was it Bernie the kid?
Yeah, Bernie. Bernie!
So Bernie's coming.
Yeah.
And, he had the straight jacket with the chains.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
that's the only thing. I think me and my brother, when we watched it, we were younger. We used to like pretend we were him running through the woods with chains on us and shit. So that's where we got that idea from, that movie. And I had forgotten about it until you posted it. So
Yeah.
You dressed up as Bernie for Halloween?
no, that was just a weekend thing, man.
Yeah,
Halloween's a big event.
That was the weekend when I got admitted.
And that's
But
why
I
you're not
escaped,
allowed
so
back
it's
in New
okay.
Jersey.
That's
New
why I look like Charles
Jersey.
Manson. Why you gotta bring up Jersey, man?
Jersey. All right, let's not get into Jersey. We don't need to get into Jersey.
Yeah.
Let's keep that off the air.
So that was
All right.
that was a really good pick, Brandon. I
appreciate
thoroughly
that.
enjoyed that film. And then my pick was Clown Nado.
Clownado.
Yeah, it wasn't on Tubi. I went to Amazon, and it kept coming up in Amazon, and I figured I'd give it a try. And man, it was something. I really like
Sounds
bad
like it.
movies, but that one was not my favorite. It was really weird, like psycho clowns in a circus, and the girl betrays him, so he like kills her or kills the boyfriend, and then she like does a seance, and these clowns get superpowers, and it goes over the top, man. The kills are crazy good. Just insane stuff, like the girl clown, her boobs grow teeth and she starts eating people with her titties. Like, you don't see that every day. So that alone was worth the watch. But the rest of the movie was not that great, as you can imagine. So it
had a decent cover.
yeah, it looked cool, and it kept coming up. So I was like, dude, maybe they're telling me something, I mean, I got Carousel off of them. Why not? And it just wasn't as good. But the kills were really cool. They spent a lot of time on the special effects. And I got to tell you, the girls that were in it, there was tons of topless girls, but they were all like middle-aged, heavyset women. And
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I was like, yeah, big girls. but most people don't have my taste, guys. I don't know if you realize. So you look at the horror pages on the social media, ain't no big girls rocking horror stuff. So
Josh,
there you
maybe you
go.
can
Josh.
make that lane for them. You can make that lane for the big girls.
Yeah, I feel like you're inaccurate too, but I'm not gonna say any further.
We're not talking about my fans only page, all right?
Okay, all right.
Josh, Horror Depot fans only.
I feel like you gotta tread lightly here, guys.
Oh no.
Or
guess-
the fans only pages I belong to, all right? So yeah, that was my pick.
Oh yeah, all right. Hey Josh, I wanted to ask you, do you like clown movies?
Did you know my brother's a clown?
Yeah. Oh, why don't you tell everyone?
Oh shit. Fucking Chuckles.
Chuckles the clown, man. Big shout out to my brother Chuckles. Been supporting me for all my stuff, and I support him and all his stuff. He's doing a figure federation now. That's what he's doing, and
Nice.
ghost hunting. He's got a ghost hunting thing he's working on. I think it's poetic justice, and he's starting to do live investigations. So that's cool.
Shout out
Also,
Janet
hey,
Jackson and Tupac.
Hey, since you brought up ghost hunting, did you guys notice that the guy that had purchased the house from The Conjuring, I think he started doing some events.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I've seen a few of our followers on Facebook that posted some pictures on like doing some of the tours, going through the house and stuff like that,
Gotta make
which
that
is
money.
really cool because like I told you guys last time, you know, like when after that movie came out, a lot of people would just go drive by that house, and the people that owned the house at the time, you know, they didn't want anybody coming by. They would always call the police. There's people trespassing and stuff like that. And now it was kind of cool, you know, when we found out that, you know, someone that purchased the house is actually a ghost hunter. And so now making that opportunity of people coming and checking out that house and then going inside, I think that's pretty cool, you know, with the history that it has. So,
Josh, the reason why I asked you if you like clown movies, there's another one streaming on Prime that I watched the preview for. I didn't watch yet. And I didn't know if you had seen it. It's called Circus of the Dead. Did you see a preview for that, or did you watch it? It's a 2020
I think
film.
I saw that.
Did you like it?
No, the 2021 I did not, or maybe I did. I don't remember. Well, if I did, I don't remember it, so it couldn't have been that good. There you go.
All right.
I tried to watch I've watched like 120 movies so far, and that was not one of them. But
I only asked because the preview looked kind of cool, so I was going to check it out, but I figured I would ask the clown expert.
The clown expert.
So, speaking of clowns, let's go into the So Bad It's Good. How about that segue?
Let's do that.
So straight from clowns to Santa, and Santa Jaws, to be more precise. This movie
Wait,
looks great.
Josh, can I interrupt you? You have to say it the way you said it last night. Santa Jaws.
Santa Jaws. It was Santa Jaws.
Santa Jaws.
It's Santa Jaws. I said it like 20 times last night.
You did. Oh yeah, that in Carousel you said more than 20 times.
Josh, I think you scarred that family, I swear. Like, tell this guy,
Santa
just stop.
Jaws.
You've never seen
Yeah.
Santa Jaws?
Oh, you know what? I'm not allowed back, so there you go.
Follow us on PVD Horror. I'll give you all the movies.
I was in like the recommendations. This guy's like fucking telling that family. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm telling a family to watch Ant Farm Nickel and like.
Oh my god.
I'm like, don't watch whatever he recommends.
Yeah. So anyway,
Santa
yeah. So
Jaws, good God.
I assume you guys didn't watch Santa Jaws.
Not at all.
Yeah. So this one was actually pretty well done. The acting was pretty solid. The story is ludicrous as always. This kid gets a magic pen from his dying grandfather, and his comic book comes to life. And the only way to kill Santa Jaws is with Christmas stuff. So it gets interesting. The shark has a little Santa hat, and then he gets lights wrapped around him. And
Wait, hold on.
Crazy.
So they didn't need a bigger boat to kill him?
What? You don't even need a boat to kill Santa Jaws.
But is he in the water or what? What the fuck is going on?
He's in the water, but you have to like kill him with Christmas stuff.
So they were
How
killing
about-
him with Christmas stuff in the water?
Yeah, you gotta hit him with a Christmas tree until he's dead.
All right.
Oh, I
Well,
guess they start shooting Christmas turkeys at him.
Well, what was that fucking last movie you had? Fucking House Shark?
House Shark was awesome, dude. The shark had a laser.
Dude, I turned that fucking movie on, and then like the fucking shark just came from the toilet and fucking destroyed that fucking lady taking a shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, yeah, shut this off. My son turned that shit on. He goes, did Josh like this movie? I'm like, yeah, he did. He goes, nice. I'm like,
That's exactly how Xavier says nice too. Nice.
I wanted to send my son to his fucking room for fucking liking that movie, but the thing is,
You will not be like Josh.
He likes anything with sharks in it, so.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, tell him Santa Jaws is where it's at, man.
We'll have to. I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
Quit cramping his style. All right.
You can send him to.
Streaming on?
Oh, that one was on Amazon.
Brandon,
all right.
You can reference Xavier to Josh's 100 shark movie countdown that he did for World Shark Day.
It was only 30.
Yeah, it felt like forever. I'm like, when the fuck is this shit going to end?
This is still going?
I'm like, how
Hey,
many
this
fucking
year I only did 7.
And then the most anticlimactic ending, you didn't even end it on Shark Day. You ended it the day before. It didn't even make sense.
All right, so I want to let everyone know that me and Dave have nothing to do with any type of animal countdown.
Oh, the
That
only
is why I have to
countdown.
put my name on everything I post.
Yeah, I was doing the Holiday Fear ones. I love those, but
Yeah.
how many times can I rewatch the same holiday movies? I was actually thinking about bringing that back though, because I do feel like there's a ton of new holiday movies that have been added recently.
Hello,
And-
Santa Jaws.
Santa
Yeah.
Jaws.
Well, I feel like you covered it, so I'm good. You know,
Yeah, we
I
can
don't want to
pass
overdo
that.
it.
We can pass that.
So,
All right.
The next one is it was actually from my collection. I don't think it's streaming anywhere. And that one is
That makes me nervous.
I made that in my basement.
That's a
wasn't
terrible intro.
I made
it wasn't
in
a
my
video of my
basement.
mom's. It wasn't my mom's sex tape or anything. Come on.
She has
Well,
one?
actually, my mom's sex tape streaming. So if you guys want to find that,
This is
It's not on Amazon,
player.
so this one was Splatter Disco, and this one's pretty cool because it was actually filmed in Rhode Island. Yeah, it was.
I heard you talk about this.
Yeah, Scorpio Productions was in Rhode Island for a while making movies. They did like, what else did they do? Creature from the Hillbilly Lagoon. They did Splatter Disco. Oh yeah,
Classic.
oh yeah. And then there
You
was
never
a
seen
really
that?
good zombie one they did. But anyway, this one, Splatter Disco, I was actually in the film, and one of the kid that was doing all the errands for the filmmakers, the production crew, the go get it guy, me and him got into an argument and we got into a fight in the green room. So I got cut out of absolutely every scene. But I got to meet Ken Forey. It was funny. They took a break or something. I went outside and all these girls are hanging all over this big black guy. And I'm like, oh, what's this? And I walk over and he's talking about Behind the Green Door. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
I heard of it. I
I know
never
you told me
seen it.
about it.
Yeah, it's classic porn film. It actually had the girl from Rabid. What was her name? The blonde.
Marilyn Chambers?
Yeah, and John Holmes was in it. So that was like the big scene back then. And so I started talking about Behind the Green Door with Ken Forey in front of all these,
Can you stop stroking your beard as you tell us about porn movies?
You should see where the other hand is, Dave.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, guys.
Don't worry, man.
That's so messed up.
As he's looking at our face, looking into our eyes on this fucking Zoom call.
You guys are dreamy. I'm telling you, I got
Stop
the
doing
face
that,
from
Josh. It's like
podcast.
the hand stroke to your mustache into the beard is really,
Talking about
really
my
upsetting me.
favorite film, Splatter Disco, man. But oh yeah, and it's about
So,
furries.
do you want to actually tell us what this is about, or do you want to continue to creep us out?
Well, I was talking about my big moment of fame there.
Oh yeah,
Dave.
right.
I don't know if you guys know I'm famous now because I was in that movie, and
And you was in
that's
Death
right.
Drop Gorgeous.
That's right.
Could you see you in that movie?
I had a starring role. My starring role was I don't know if you saw me. I was like 5 seconds in the club scene. I was way in the back against the bar. So, yeah.
I missed you.
I stole the show.
All right. So tell us about Splatter Disco, please.
I would have stroked my beard just for you,
Oh
Dave.
God.
So
gonna be a
Splatter
long night.
Disco was about a furry in this sex club, and it was a musical, and everybody sang and danced, and there was actually like some pretty good name actors in it, but only like bit roles. Like they came on, said a line, and left just so they could put them on the cover, kind of thing. But yeah, the furry gets into a fight and like starts going obviously on a rampage, kills a bunch of people. There's some bombs in it, and I was in a scene where I picked them up and threw them into like out of the club in a dumpster. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, that was it. The story itself wasn't that great. The good part of the movie was I was in it.
Yeah,
So
but then
there
you
you
got
go.
cut out.
We don't talk about that.
Well,
Don't talk about it.
everyone's gonna be asking you to borrow your VHS. Look for you.
Oh,
and
well,
you're-
you know
they're not
what?
gonna
Somebody has to
find you.
borrow
You
it.
don't say that.
I was like creeping around in the background, and you could see shadows of me.
Oh.
So I went to a buddy's house, and I was like, "Look, see that shadow? That's me creeping around in the back." And then I left it there, and I never got it back. So there's my copy of Splatter Disco gone. So that's my story.
Sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss.
Damn,
Yeah,
bro.
it's all right. But now it's on to you, Dave. So there you go.
All right. Thank you for reviewing your So Bad They're Bad movies.
So bad, they're not good.
Furries are
no,
awesome.
I mean, yeah. At least you try, Josh. So moving on to the next section, we got Bears and Scares. Beers and Scares. I said bears.
Bears.
Sorry. So, all right. Everyone knows it's getting into the fall season, and I am a basic bitch, and I like pumpkin beers and pumpkin everything
pumpkin
in this.
spice.
Yeah. So,
And
so
you
both.
got your Uggs on? You got your
Yeah, I got my
on?
Uggs on to keep my toes comfy and warm. Yeah, lots of pumpkin stuff going on right now over here. So I was drinking a couple of pumpkin beers the past few weekends, both Rhode Island ones. So I was pretty stoked to be able to promote these local breweries. I'm going to start off with the first one, which is Smug out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, my hometown.
Hometown.
Where I was born. Love the place.
Where I pick pumpkins.
Very, very classy place, if you know anything about Pawtucket.
Yeah, right.
It'll always have a spot in my heart. So they came out with one called Gourd's Going Wild, and it is a pumpkin spiced ale, which is reminiscent of the ones we all know and love, and it's very dear to my heart. I like it a lot. I'm going to drink it a ton.
I like it.
I drank it while watching Pumpkinhead, which I felt was the best way to start off this fall season.
Classic.
Pumpkinhead, I was reminded of how awesome this movie is and how awesome the special effects are. Pumpkinhead is amazing looking for its time. Like the creature itself is awesome. So I thought it was pretty cool because actually, ironically, the same night I was watching and posted about that, somebody else who was following us was also drinking the same beer and watching Pumpkinhead. And then our good friend Oats Mustache on Instagram, who is also from Rhode Island and comes to all of our events when we're having them at Revival. He was messaging us that night and just kind of like also in the same line of like how awesome the effects are in that movie and how impressive Ed as a monster is. So absolutely love that movie. I haven't seen the sequels, and I'll talk about that. That's another one I'm going to talk about a little later. But the original Pumpkinhead, love it. What do you guys think of Pumpkinhead? I hear you both kind of in agreement. Sounds like you guys both love it.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic film. It definitely still holds up to this day. You know, I've watched it last Halloween. You know, it's a film that's cool that you can just throw on. Yeah, I love that film. I agree with you.
Oh, hands down, dude. Being that I'm a big monster movie guy, that's legit one of my favorite monsters of all time.
Yeah.
Just the special effects in that film, they were so amazing. Even when I was younger, I was like blown away with how good it really looked. And even on VHS and VHS, you look at VHS now compared to whatever they have, Blu-ray and stuff, and the quality of VHS. Even back then, like the monsters still looked super awesome on VHS. You know what I mean? Compared to other films where they muddied it up or they had to put fog in to cover up the really crappy suits or whatever. That one was just solid all the way through. So, and the story was really good too.
Yeah.
The acting was spot on. Like that was a really good, really well.
I had one funny observation to make, and if you guys go back and watch it, or maybe you've already noticed this. So, let me ask you a question: when the kid gets hit by the dirt bike guy, are we to assume the kid is instantly dead?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that kid is breathing the whole freaking time. He is legit eyes open, looking at the camera, breathing. And I'm like, at first I was like, I've seen this before. Doesn't he die right away? And then I'm watching, this kid's still blinking and breathe, and you can see his chest moving up and down. That's actually, it's funny because that's something that I've been looking at a lot in movies lately. I look to see if dead people are breathing. I don't know why. Yeah, that's probably says something about me.
They're not really dead, Dave.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of films that he what he's saying, you're like, this motherfucker's supposed to be dead, and they're fucking oh,
the chest is going up and down. There was another movie recently where it was very obvious.
Fucking close up. But
yeah,
dude, it looks like you're fucking dead. Hold on,
who played a really good dead guy?
Dude, you're fucking up. It's all right.
You guys got to look at anytime Jackie Chan died in a movie, he was the best dead guy ever. The best.
When the fuck did Jackie Chan ever die in a movie?
Yeah, good question.
Before he was Jackie Chan, before he became famous, you watch some of his
that was back when he was Jack Chan,
and he would just stop breathing, and you could tell he'd be all blue and stuff on the ground. That was awesome. Wait, you don't notice it until you go back and you look at it, but so there you go.
Definitely not Rumble in the Bronx. He did not die.
He was too cool at that point.
All right, so that was movie number one. We're never gonna finish tonight.
Who's editing this?
Yeah, thanks, guys. All right, so my other movie that I watched was Two Evil Eyes, and if anyone isn't familiar with that film, it is a collab with Dario Argento and George Romero. And while I was watching that, I was drinking Lops Brewing out of Woonsocket, their pumpkin spice ale.
Nice.
So Brandon, you got to try that beer last night, because last night we did do a movie event at Lops Brewing.
Yeah.
So shout out to Lops and letting us use the space and inviting us in and just being a fan of cheesy horror movies themselves. So Sean, the owner of Lops and the head brewer, he was, he reached out to us because he said he's a fan of horror movies. He had seen that I had posted one of the beers on his page, so he thought it was a cool idea to try to invite us over there and host a horror night. So we were able to do that last night. So thanks to him for allowing us to come in and kind of share our horror obsession over there. But yeah, for this feature, I was drinking the pumpkin spice ale, which I think is absolutely delicious. It's right along the same lines of the Smug one that I was talking about. So, it's just classic pumpkin spice flavor, like you guys know, and like the old shipyard Pumpkinhead beers, kind of something similar to that. But I just feel like, I don't know, these local breweries are doing them right, and they taste fresh, and it's everything I want in the fall season. So between those two, I'm drinking a ton of pumpkin beers, and I feel good about it because I'm doing it local, and if I gain a ton of weight, at least I'm supporting local business. So it is what it is. But yeah, this I watched along with Two Evil Eyes. So the correlation between these two films, this film and this beer, is a little different than the other one with Pumpkinhead, two pumpkin things, whatever. This one is because of the Black Cat. So on the Lops pumpkin spice ale, There is a black cat on there, and Two Evil Eyes is a retelling of Edgar Allan Poe poems or stories. One told by Argento, one told by Romero, and the second film, which is Argento's film, is about the black cat. It's in that film, he's got Harvey Keitel as like the main guy, and he's tormented by this black cat that his girlfriend has, and it drives him to the brink of madness, and madness ensues. I don't know what else to say about it. You guys, if you know the Edgar Allan Poe story, you'll know kind of how it's going to play out. He, ends up murdering and trying to hide it, and gets a little crazy, and the cat's, constantly around, even though he tries killing it a bunch of times. I'm gonna be honest with you, not the best film I've ever seen, but if you enjoy Edgar Allan Poe and you enjoy those two directors, you're gonna want to check it out. And it's not a bad film. I like it. It's the second time I watched it actually, so obviously that says something. But don't go in expecting like, oh, this is Argento and Romero, it's gonna be amazing, because it's not amazing. Yeah, Josh, did you say you haven't seen this one? I'm actually surprised by that.
Actually, when you started talking about it, I think I saw it a long time ago. But then it was one of those things where it wasn't that great, so I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just want to say, Dave, I'm a little offended that you think I have a problem with pie, and you're going to such classy environments as the Bucket and Woonsocket for your alcohol. So,
first of all, careful, sir. I've lived in both places. They are very dear to me. Love Woonsocket.
I lived in the Bucket too.
Yeah.
Nice place.
Wow, major shade being thrown, dude.
Oh shit! Wait a minute, because our listeners don't know. Rhode Island. So Woonsocket, I guess, is like known as the armpit of Rhode Island.
No,
so
are you kidding me? Come on. There's just that one Josh spot that smells really bad.
And Pawtucket,
right outside of Hokong restaurant.
So Pawtucket and Woonsocket are like labeled as like the two worst spots in Rhode Island.
Seems like I gotta get my fix.
So first of all, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this.
I hope that's why you're buying his beer, Dave.
Oh man, and I can't knock it because I've lived in both towns. So there you go, Dave.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Dave's ready to fucking fuck you up.
Thank God we're not in person.
All right, so anyways, good stuff coming out of both places. Much love to Woonsocket and Pawtucket.
Well, Lops was pretty cool. I will say Lops was.
All right, so we got to use their outside space, and I gotta say, like, I hadn't. That was the first time I've been out to their outside patio area. It's nice. It was a good spot to put up a screen and watch a film. So, if we end up doing that again, then I hope people show up and are able to enjoy it with us, because it's a nice little spot, and the beers there are very good. So I think people will enjoy it.
Nice. So we're going to move into Slept on Saturday. So this week, myself and Dave had picked some films. The film that I picked was the 1988 film Slugs, classic film. If you have not seen that, check it out. It's basically about like a town that's been overrun by fucking toxic waste slugs. And
Josh is gonna make a Woonsocket or Pawtucket reference here. I can just see it on his face.
I think it was actually filmed in fucking Woonsocket and Pawtucket.
Right outside the incinerator.
But the slugs were imported from the Bucket, so
they were imported with fucking toxic waste from fucking Woonsocket.
I hate you guys.
Nah, but it was an awesome film. If you have not checked it out, do it. It's streaming on Tubi. It's a classic film, Josh, you've seen that, right?
Yeah, I got the VHS. I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but that's a great movie, man. Yeah, the gore, it was really gory, if I remember.
Yeah, because when I seen those kills, I'm like, oh shit! And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm down with this film,
really?
So
Gory?
You haven't seen it, Dave?
No, it sounds like I have to. Gory?
Dude, you gotta see
it's
this
pretty
fucking
bloody.
movie. You gotta see this movie.
All right, I got it on my queue. I'll check it
All
out.
right. Yeah, make sure you watch that shit. So, yeah, like Josh said, there's a lot of fucking kills in there. And on top of that, it was actually one of my kills of the week. It was like a big business deal that was getting closed during a fucking dinner meeting, and like this guy, he was just like always just trying to sit there and like close this deal, and one of like I think a few slugs got into his head, got into his like whole body system, and he was just for weeks, like for days, going through having like major headaches. And like at this fucking dinner meeting, his fucking head just fucking explodes, and all these fucking slugs just start fucking coming out of his head. And I just thought it was like an awesome film. Like the special effects and the kills were just done so well in this film. Do you agree, Josh?
Oh yeah, big
Yeah.
time. That was a pretty sick movie. As far as like special effects go, that was
Yeah.
real good, man. Top notch.
Dude, it's just something about 80s films that just, got the fucking everything done right. And then, like, I don't understand, like, how we go from, like, the 80s just being so fucking creative with shit. And then now it's like we're in the fucking 2020 and we're just fucking, everything's fucking CGI. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, why can't anyone be fucking creative anymore? That's my main deal with everything that's going on right now. It's like everything has to be CGI or a fucking remake. All right? So it's just like, I just wish that people can just go back to just being fucking creative and just coming up with some sick films, just coming up with some cool topic. Like, you know what I mean? Like just a whole plot, like something original. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that I'm going off on this fucking rant right now.
Man.
But it's like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you guys? It's like,
Tell us how you really feel, Brandon.
I'm going to tell you how I feel.
What really grinds your gears?
Yeah, so this is my thing. It's just, like, everything's a fucking remake. Like, all right, so the whole thing with that fucking Child's Play movie, it was like, all right, why can't you just call that fucking film Buddy and just fucking roll with that same idea and just fucking keep Chucky out of it? Because that whole idea with that film was, like, decent. You know what I mean? Or like anything. Just be fucking creative and stop fucking remaking shit. It doesn't need to be made.
Everything's about cashing in, though.
I get it.
You got to cash in on these names.
But now they need to understand, like, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? With fucking theaters shutting down and everything like that, it's like, all right, fine. It's time to be creative, do something, because everything's going straight to like fucking video, like on-demand video. All right? So it's like, all right.
Yeah, this is really going to change everything, though. So, like, we'll see like a big shift in the types of movies that come out. People are probably going to be a little bit more like willing to come out with, non-big name movies because everything's going out to DVD.
And it was crazy because have you guys been back to the theater recently?
No.
Right.
I'm not that crazy.
So me and my daughter, we went to the theaters last week and we watched the new.
How are they doing it?
It's crazy. So I'm gonna explain this whole shit right now. So we went to go see New Mutants. Yeah. So if everybody's not familiar with it, it's basically the like horror take on the X-Men film that was supposed to come out in 2018, but it was pushed back for so long because I don't think they were really happy with it. It's definitely different. Like for Rhode Island, we have our theater. It's called Showcase Cinemas. So now, Dave, they have it kind of set up kind of like if you're going to see an IMAX film. Like, you know what I mean? They have that screen there where you pick your seats.
Yeah.
So that they can kind of keep it socially
spaced
distant
out
and everything. Yeah. And so they have it set up like that. You wear your mask inside. And when you get to your seat, you can take your mask off because I think they're going to skip like every other row.
Yeah.
Depending on where people are sitting. So there wasn't really many people inside the theater when we went. It's probably like 6 people, including us. And so, I think it was an all right experience. It kind of felt different, you know what I mean? For us going all the time and being in the theater, but, with the theater not being so busy and, I think a lot of people are just, they don't want to go out there because of everything going on with COVID.
Yeah.
But it's definitely different. It's like, I don't understand how films are coming out, like new films are coming out with with COVID and not going to be able to like deliver with the price, like with the box office, with the money with the box office, because I think every movie's gonna flop right now. You know,
Well,
it's not gonna do well.
that makes me think of how like Candyman's supposed to be coming out pretty soon.
Oh, they pushed that back.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, like,
When's the
I think
new?
all big name movies are being pushed back until 2021.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, that was
terrible.
pushed back.
That's a terrible idea. I hate that.
No, it
Just put
has
it out
to. Like,
DVD,
think
man.
about it. But think about it, Josh. If you fucking put so much fucking work into a film, and
Yeah.
you know, and it is decent, would you want to put it out in these times?
Well, you know what? Why
everything's
not put
gonna
it out
flop.
for a rental?
Yeah,
'Cause they
but who
don't-
wants to? But the thing is, Josh, it's like certain people. Like, what's the point? Like, if it goes up for a rental, it's not gonna be $5.99. Most rentals have been going for fucking $30.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Who's gonna do that?
You're paying double the cinema price anyway.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, if you had at least like 10 people or like 6 people, like, you know what I mean, watching the film. But if you're gonna rent it and watch it alone, $30 is not gonna be worth it.
Nah, I'm so cheap, man. I'll wait a few weeks, get it on Redbox, and pay like $1.99 a night or something like that. I'm not about paying $30 for any movie or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of that's the way it's gonna have to be for a while until like a lot of companies are gonna do it, because I know that what was that Universal, like when the Invisible Man came out.
Yeah,
like that was like right at the start of the COVID. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We went to go see Invisible Man, and then COVID happened, and then it was just like, all right, cool. Well, this movie is gonna be like on demand for a certain price, and then you know, I know that Universal and like AMC theaters got into it and was just like, oh well, cool, you want to sit there and put this movie on demand and shit. Then when you come out with another film, we're not going to show it in our theaters, because that's how some of these theaters can be. You know, they have that pull where they're going to say, hey, we're not going to show any Universal films. But it's like, you know what I mean? They're going to have to work shit out and try to figure things out, because it's hard times, you know, like you're sitting there, you want to push these films out and try to get money off of them, but everything's just going to flop right now. So it's just like, what the fuck? What do you do?
I don't know, man. Times is local.
That's the main thing, you know. Theaters are definitely not the same anymore, you know. So I don't know.
Brandon, I'm just really happy. It sounds like you caught my sickness. You're obviously allergic to remakes now, so join the club, brother.
No, I'm not allergic to remakes. It depends on how it's done, like, you know what I mean. And so for me, like, certain remakes are not bad. You know, sometimes it's like, all right, cool, I want to see this film. Sometimes you don't want to see it.
All right, cool. Now that you guys just crapped on remakes, let me go into my Slept On Saturday, the I Spit on Your Grave remake. Cool. Wow, this is awesome.
Perfect timing.
So yeah, all right, well, whatever. So yeah, for the Slept On Saturday, my pick, I picked the 2010 I Spit on Your Grave remake. So if you guys are familiar with the original, which I know a lot of people are, or at least with the VHS box cover, which is, I feel like, iconic. Yeah, it's basically a female revenge flick that I hate even saying this out loud. It's like a rape revenge. I don't even like saying that and acknowledging it. That's essentially what it is. So yeah, this remake, I feel like they did everything right. Just, you know, it's got a lot of like the dirty, grimy, icky feelings that you felt in the first one. You know, just modernized, and I don't know. I just felt like it was, you know, they did everything you would actually want in a remake if you wanted a remake, which clearly you guys don't. But if you did, it's you know, it pays homage to the first one, but it doesn't do exactly what the first one did, but it's close enough where you still feel like, all right, this is close enough to say it is a remake of this film. But it's, you know, does its own twist on it. I don't know. I'm probably not even explaining it that correctly, but I know, Brandon, you like this film. What do you think about it?
It wasn't bad, you know. I mean, I think it was like a film that at the time, you know, it kind of deserved a remake. Like, you know, I mean, for new
I actually feel
audiences.
like, you know, it might be better than the original if you think about it, and I don't know if I'll get some hate on that. The original is
Oh,
not.
you're getting some hate on it.
All right, tell me the original is like the hour-long like rape scene is like, first of all,
Oh, you know what?
it's
I was thinking the last.
hilarious because it's so fake, and it's bizarre and it's like uncomfortable. At least this movie like hits it. It's more serious. It's like you want her to kill these people. Not that you didn't in the first one, but you want her to kill these people because they're gross. They deserve it. It just, it's the first one's almost so like dated now that it seems silly. And I guess that's more what I'm saying. Not that it like I like the first one, so I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't
So
like
like
it.
I agree with you. Like the remake to this film was good, but then I think that what the issue is that the remake sequels are kind of like the problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they might have overshadowed the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? If you like searching on streaming sites, I always see part 2 come up. I always see part 3 come up. You'll see this one, but I feel like I always see the other 2 before I see this one. I don't remember disliking the second, but I know it was not as good as this version of it.
Yeah,
Did you
I
see
think the
Jabu?
third. I think the third one was more of an issue for me. That was the one
Yeah.
when the girl was like trying to be the upcoming model, right?
Yeah,
Like, take
yeah, and it was
pictures.
a different girl, right? It wasn't. What's her name? Sarah
it's different.
Butler.
Yeah, it was a different girl.
Yeah, and
I remember
the
that
third
she was
one
like
different.
inspired, like trying to be like a model and everything like that. So I remember that film, and it was kind of like, like you said, like the second one was kind of like, it was alright, but the third one definitely kind of was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Did you guys watch Deja Vu?
I didn't get a chance to see it. Is this
no, I
streaming
didn't do
anywhere
that.
yet or no?
Yeah. It's I believe it is because I saw it last year when it
You
came
bought it.
out, and yeah, I remember I did a big post about it.
Yeah, I thought
I was
you
like the only one that liked it. I thought the characterizations were amazing.
Yeah, it didn't get a lot of good feedback from what I
Well, it
remember.
was really long. It was really long, and unfortunately, the original actress, I can't remember her name. I don't think anybody really liked her, but Jamie Bernadette was in it, and it was like I thought she was great in it, and I thought all the characters were great. The acting was amazing, but it was really long.
And you got your other girl, Maria Olsen.
Yeah, yep, she was in it too. Yeah, even the guys
now
that
in
were
Bone Box.
the two boys, they were incredible actors too, and I forget their names offhand, but Maria Olsen, she's incredible anyway. So it was actually I'm like the only guy that liked it just on the acting. So whatever.
Yeah, I didn't see it streaming yet, so I haven't watched it. But yeah. Oh, and also the original is filmed in Connecticut. Can't remember which exactly parts. I want to say Hamden, Connecticut, or something. The graveyard might be located, but yeah, no, it's a local film. I don't know where the remake was filmed. So
Just so everybody knows, Connecticut is south of Rhode Island, and Rhode Island is so small that we can fit two of those in Connecticut.
Probably more than 2.
More than 2. What the smallest
Ooh.
state? What the smallest state?
Well, Connecticut's tiny. They're the second.
I thought you
smallest.
measured everything by how many pies you could fit in it, Josh.
Well, my belly is the biggest.
50 pies.
Yeah,
All right, so that's Slept on Saturdays. Thanks for listening to our podcast. It's been nice. Yeah.
It's the longest podcast ever.
PVD pie.
Speaking of remakes, that brings me to my Monster Monday. I kind of took a week where I didn't post anything to cut down on my posting.
Dude, no one wants to hear about your sorrows and
my sadness. Well, you know what? I put up the website and stuff like that, which I'll get into afterwards. But so we were talking about The Thing. The last podcast, episode 2. So I did the 19. I think I said it was 1951. I think I said it was 54. It was like 51, I think.
Wait,
the
you made a mistake?
Thing. Yeah, I make mistakes all the time, dude. But I love the original Thing. I talked about it the last podcast, so I made a post about it. I watched it again. One of my favorite films, The Isolation. The build-up was incredible all the way to, even the special effects were cool, like the frozen ship, the monster. Like, it was just really awesome. And that was one of the films where they never really showed the monster up close because the makeup was terrible. But in that circumstance, because of the isolation, it just kind of added to it, and things like that. So I really enjoyed it. And actually, the guy that played the monster hated the role so much he didn't even go to the premiere. So that's got to tell you, that speaks volumes right there. So that was the thing, the original thing that no one else seems to like, I guess. I don't know. All right, so speaking of Monster Monday, that brings me to my book of the week. I know you guys didn't watch the original thing. I know we talked about that before, so I'll just jump into the book. It was The Brink by James Murray, the guy from Impractical Jokers.
Which one? The guy who wears like weird hats?
No, the bald guy, the little bald guy, Murray.
I don't really like the
little
show,
guy.
so I'm not gonna pretend like I know the guys.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so he actually wrote The Awakened, and this is the second part of that book. And it's actually, I thought it was pretty cool. The original one, like the first one, Awakened, was so good. This one not as good, but still better than a lot of other monster books.
Oh God, I know who James Murray is now.
Yeah, he comes across as a real dope, and you wouldn't expect him to be a good writer. But this book was like nonstop, dude. It's close to like when Stephen King wrote Richard Bachman books. He upped the pace a lot, and that's the style of this book. And it's got like a really cool bad guy. His name was Van Ness, and it goes into how Van Ness found these monsters that hid underground, and it's just super awesome. So one of my favorite book series. So
got some drag racing going on behind you, Josh?
Yeah, what the fuck? Fucking Tokyo drifting?
Well, I'm secretly hiding in the bucket, so we can hear the drag races in the back.
Drag racing happens everywhere, guys. Not just
Everywhere.
Yeah. So
not just undesirable cities.
That was
Alright.
the Brink right there.
Nice.
Dope.
So I'm gonna get into the kill of the week. Like I already talked about, one of the kill of the weeks that was from Slugs. Now I'm gonna get into the other kill of the week that came from the first Scream film. So I want to touch on like that whole kill, like when like Sydney was just kind of figuring out like who the killers were, how it was like Stu and Billy, and so that whole conversation when they're just going kind of explaining to her what drove them to be killers or what their whole situation was going to be when it came down to explain to the police officers or anything if they were caught, like how they would sit there and say like they blame the films and everything like that. So I had gone with the kill of the week from when Sydney like slammed the TV on fucking Stu's head. It just always stuck out to me because because it was just like a shock to me, like when I was younger and I watched that film, and then like when the whole situation with the killers was revealed that it was two killers, it always just stuck out to me like, what? There's two of these motherfuckers? Like how the fuck could there be two of them? And then like when everything just kind of broke down, you go and watch that film again. It was just like it was something cool, you know what I mean? And it was like one of those films that just like brought horror back, and then just added so many twists to it, and definitely a film that I enjoy still to this day. Like I said, like it's one of my kids' favorite films. Like we watched it, ran it back a few times. Like we always watch that film. But what made me want to bring that up more is that the person that portrayed Stu, Matthew Lillard, he kind of threw it out there with everything going on with Scream 5. Like, could Stu still be alive? It was just a TV. It wasn't like he was like stabbed or anything like that. So it kind of gets you thinking, like, what could they do with Scream 5 with this upcoming film? Because I thought Scream 4 was a decent film. And so now with all the updates on Scream 5, with all the Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Nev Campbell, and everybody returning back to this film, it kind of gives you like that feeling like, all right, cool, this is gonna be a cool film. And I can't wait to check it out because I enjoyed, like I said, I enjoyed part 4. It was something different, younger crowd. I know a lot of people probably hate it, but I thought it was a decent film. It's like one of my favorite series. So I appreciate whatever they're gonna do, whatever idea that they're gonna come up with to get the ball rolling on this film. So it's set for 2001 in January. I think January.
2001.
So yeah,
2001, it's coming out.
yeah. I know. They just started filming it the other day. So
2021.
yeah, so it's about 2021 that it'll have a release date. So
Like I said,
can't wait to check it.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, motherfucker.
Don't you correct me?
Are you guys excited for Scream 5?
I am. We was actually able to meet Nev Campbell last year, and it was a cool experience because with that being my kid's like favorite film, and my daughter's favorite film, it was like a birthday gift for her. We were able to take a picture with Nev Campbell, and she was able to talk to her.
Yeah.
And Nev was just like a great person because I remember there was like a limit to like how many people could be in that picture. I think it was 5. I mean 4, but we had
4,
5
yeah.
people. Yeah, it was like 5 of us. And so like the people that kind of was running that MonsterCon convention was kind of giving us shit, saying, "Hey, it's only supposed to be 4 people. You guys got 5." And Nev's like, "Hey, it's cool. Let them in." And so
Yeah. She was like,
because
"Hey, those are kids. They're not people, so they can be in this photo."
Because honestly, I was gonna tell my son, "Look, dude, like you can't take this picture."
Hey, X-Men, scram.
Nah. Nah, but it's cool though. So she was able to let us all inside the picture and kind of like let it slide. And so,
And then
it's something
she
that
looked me in my eyes and she said, "PVD Horror is my favorite Instagram site." And I was like, "Thank you, Nev Campbell."
And then Dave was like, "I want to drink your dirty bath water."
Damn, Josh, you always got to bring it there, man.
I
That's
don't know what to
Elvira
say,
now,
man.
Nev Campbell.
Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah, I can't wait to see Scream 5 and see what they do with it,
Mhm.
And it was kind of funny because talking about Scream and everything like that, we watched like Scream 1 like 2 weeks ago with the kids again, and then after that we had played Scary Movie. And so my kids never seen Scary Movie because they weren't really at that age to sit there and watch it. So I let them watch it, and then they like me and my girlfriend were sitting there watching it and shit, like fucking laughing at everything. And they're just sitting there, just like, this movie fucking sucks. Well, not saying fucking sucks, but I can read it on their face. They just didn't really care for it because like the jokes and everything really weren't hitting as the same when we were younger when we seen it. Like, you know what I mean? I think they enjoyed the part with like Officer Doofy, everything like that.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, so like rewatching that movie to this day, I thought it was like cool. Then we ran part 2 back after, and I think like the part 2
with a tiny hand.
Yeah,
It's Elliot with the tiny hand.
My germs. So it's definitely cool to sit there and being able to sit there and watch certain films. Like I only like part 1 and part 2 of Scary Movie. Because after that, like the Wayans brothers, they sold the franchise, and then you had like Charlie Sheen and everybody else in the films, and it was just kind of corny.
Yeah, you got crazy.
So, yeah. So definitely,
cool.
I definitely want to skip that. So now we're gonna get into my director of the week, which is a person that everybody loves to hate. Some people love. It is what it is, but it's Rob Zombie. And, he's known for House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell, 31,
Dreadlocks.
the Halloween remakes. And so we're just gonna talk about that today because you know what I mean. I think it's either you love them or you fucking hate them. And then so like for me, like you guys know, like I respect any director that's gonna sit there and put the time in to make a film because it's not an easy job. You know what I mean? It's like it's easy to hate, but it's like, all right, fine. If you don't fuck like this movie, let me see what the fuck you can do. You know what I mean? Let's see what the fuck you can put together.
Brandon, never make a movie because like I can picture you getting like really aggressive with everybody that watches it.
Like what?
You didn't
like
laugh
my
at that
shit,
joke?
motherfucker?
Let's see you do a joke on film, huh? Put together a joke.
Nah, but do you understand where I'm coming from? It's like so easy to hate on people, but then
Yeah,
it's
of
like
course.
but I don't understand like why so many fucking people hate on this guy. It's like fine, you don't have to like his fucking music. Like, you know what I mean? He's a person just like me, you, and anybody else. It's like, but
Yeah.
it's just, I think there's just so much hate that fucking carries through on this guy. And, like, I don't understand it. And so it's just like, all right, cool. If the movie's not for you, fucking move on. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about it. But it's just like people just love to fucking hate on him. Like the main thing is like his Halloween movies. All right, I'll put it this way: like the first Halloween movie, I thought it was cool because he gave you a different look at Michael Myers as when he was younger and shit. I thought it was cool. Some people hate that idea because they're like, oh, he took so much away from Michael as a slasher killer because he made it seem like this is what pushed him to be a killer, and it's just like, come on,
Dude, that's a
like,
spot on Josh impression right there.
I was just gonna say it sounds just like me, Brandon. I didn't say that.
No, you know what I mean? It's like a fucking
I liked
movie.
it too,
Like, chill
man.
out.
Calm down.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have fucking characters like fucking Joe Grizzly, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that movie, I thought the first one was cool, but then it's like the second one. All right, I understand. If you got something to say about the second Halloween remake that Rob Zombie made, okay, cool. Shit on it. There were certain things in that film, like, you know what I mean? Like when the mom kept popping up and the white horse and shit kept showing, but it had some pretty fucking crazy kills in it, though. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you know what I mean? Like some people just like, oh, Rob Zombie, oh, fuck him. And so it's like, whatever. But you have to respect that, like, certain films are not going to be done well. And so, like, you know what I mean? Me and Josh were able to go to some of his premieres and see some of the films, kind of like 31 and 3 from Hell. You know what I mean? 31, it was a decent film. It wasn't the fucking greatest,
I liked that.
but am I going to fucking...
I liked it.
Yeah, but am I going to shit on this guy because I didn't think it was a fucking greatest fucking film in the world? No. It is what it is. It was a decent fucking film. You know what I mean? And then you go into fucking House of a Thousand Corpses, you know what I mean? And great film. Some people fucking hate it. Cool, whatever. Fucking move on. You got Devil's Rejects. Oh, I fucking love that movie. You know what I mean? That movie's the fucking greatest. But then you get the 3 from Hell. All right, cool, fine. If you don't like that movie, I understand because guess what? I didn't like that fucking movie either.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like everybody loved that movie.
I thought it was a lot of fucking
I think we're in the
fake.
minority on disliking that one, Brandon.
No, dude. Like, honestly, there's so many fucking people faking liking that movie
I agree with
just
that.
because certain things. It's like, come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you didn't like the fucking first 2 movies, how you liking the third one?
No, I feel like it's the opposite. Is people love they liked Devil's Rejects a ton, and they wanted to like this one so much, and they're going to say they liked it whether they did or not. Now, with that being said, I actually didn't hate it. And I know you guys didn't like it. Seeing it in the theater, you guys were kind of like, what? I know, like, I remember talking to you guys after that. I liked the first half. Until it turned into, like,
fucking
I don't know,
Machete.
Desperado. I don't know.
Machete.
It was like
Machete.
Django Unchained, man. That's what happened. It turned into Django Unchained.
I thought the first half, I was all on board. I was like, oh man, they're like setting this up. You know, you're seeing what you expect. Like, you know, all the characters are kind of like on 10. It was great. And then they get to Mexico, and it was like, what is even happening? Why are they doing this? Yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of my thing with it. I didn't hate it, though, just because I felt like that first half, it was so much like nostalgia that it like kind of kept me on board with it. So my personal opinion on Rob Zombie is like House of a Thousand Corpses. I love that movie. Like to this day, that is
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite films. I remember seeing it in the theater. I didn't really know what to
Yep.
expect. It felt like a big music video. That to me, it was like it captured everything that I kind of expected from him.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. It's so there's so many different cool elements to that movie. He does those long camera shots, but back then, like the way he did them, I feel like it was tolerable. When he does them now, it's like sometimes it's too much. But when they were new, it was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was just so much that I really, really, really liked about that movie. Devil's Rejects, I'm a fan of that movie. With that being said, I still like House of a Thousand Corpses better than that, just because I think it had a cooler vibe to me, and I appreciate that. The first Halloween, Brandon, I'm in agreement with you. I kind of like the first Halloween. However,
Yeah.
definitely see that element that people talk about. Like, I guess Michael Myers probably is better just being unexplained.
Yeah.
It's like the director's cut of part 5.
Mhm.
6. I'm sorry, part 6. The director's cut when they try to explain the satanic cult thing, and it's like, nope, I don't really want that explanation of Michael Myers being controlled by a cult, because that doesn't really
Yeah.
make him seem as scary anymore. So I think that actually giving him a backstory does make him seem a little less scary, because then you start to like
I think
you start to like think about like his motivators, and like I don't want to think about that. Like it's kind of creepy not knowing what's driving him to kill. With that being said,
But
I
the
do
main thing,
like it.
yeah, but the
But
main thing is, Dave, I think for me and you, like being mental health workers, and me myself working in like a psych institution for kids. You know what I mean? To me, I thought it was something cool, because it's like, you know what I mean, like when I work with patients that kind of go through certain things, you know what I mean? And it has that situation where they have to explain what's
yeah,
going on. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So
and
if
I
you're looking at
appreciate
it
that too.
from my, yeah, so if you're looking at it from my view, I work with a lot of kids that, you know, that have issues and problems, and so I can respect like the view on that, because certain people, like, you know what I mean, like just like if something happens on the news, that people that are viewing the news, like watching the news channel, are not going to understand this kid like I understand them. Like, you know what I mean? Or the
Yeah.
situation or anything that happened.
Well, he
And
gives them a
so,
sympathetic view, because like you start to see
yeah,
like there's neglect in like the home. He's
yeah.
kind of left on his own devices for a while. He starts like killing animals and stuff like that. So I mean,
Yeah, so it's
he's
definitely things that
bullied.
we deal with, you know.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like kids we deal with and we work with, and
So
so
I
it's like,
think the thing about that is that when you see him as sympathetic, he's no longer as scary.
yeah,
But however, he is freaking brutal in that movie, and like
oh yeah,
he's super
definitely,
freaking strong, and like so in that aspect, I can appreciate it, and I did enjoy that film. But
yeah,
the Michael Myers whole like franchise, to me, it's kind of separate. Like I view those
yeah,
movies separate. So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely. I don't put it in the same category as originals or anything else like
exactly.
that. But I just look at it as, okay, cool. Like this is somebody else's twist on something.
Right, right.
Like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Just because like, if you don't like the person, whatever, don't shit on them. Just if it's not for you, not for you. Just fucking move on.
yeah.
But some
I
people
I
just
had
sit there and
the
just take it to that toe.
I had the worst experience seeing part 2. I saw it at the theater. It was like a sneak preview, so it was like advanced
Yeah.
screening, and it was a
Hmm.
packed theater, and the dudes behind me were just laughing and making fun of the movie the whole time. They already knew they didn't want to like it because of Rob Zombie. And the
Yeah.
whole movie they were just talking shit. And it was like so distracting. And that on top of the fact that I didn't like a few elements of the second one, it was like right away I was like, it's
Yeah. But
bad
that's what I mean.
experience.
It's, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's like, I think that dude carries like so much hate to him. It's
Yeah.
like people just love to fucking hate him, and so it's like I never understood that. But cool, you know what I mean? Like whatever. Like make your own fucking movie. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I
You
mean?
know how
Like
it is. People are always gonna hate.
it,
I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
yeah.
Ah, like Carousel, huh?
Fuck you.
You guys want to talk about
Oh,
Santa Jaws some more?
Santa
Hating on
Jaws.
my films.
Hey, but I
Beelzebub
never
puts
said
a
it.
lot of time and effort into directing, all right?
You make a
So
movie
like I
then.
said, I never fucking hated on the director himself.
The movie, I don't have to sit there and think it's the fucking greatest movie in the fucking world. Like I said, I don't like every fucking Rob Zombie fucking movie, but I'm not gonna fucking sit there and hate the fucking guy, you know? So point blank,
Right.
I think we spent a lot of time on that situation. Let's move on. So
All right.
Dave, we got the followers
Yeah.
fucking pick of the
All right.
week.
I got
do
one
it.
of our favorite posts of the week, the follower pick of the week. I got so much positive feedback this week from it. The people that were like I contacted to give me little short responses to why they picked the films this week, everybody was just so freaking nice and like saying how much they love doing this every week and doing voting and having the opportunity to like share their feelings about why they picked the films. So I'm kind of feeling like really good about these films right now. So we had two that were about franchises. So the first one was, what is the best franchise that nobody speaks about? Meaning take away like your Halloween, your Nightmare on Elm Street, your Friday the 13th, take away all the ones that everybody talks about all the time. What franchise do you think is the best that people don't talk about? And we had a 3-way tie. There wasn't a ton of votes for this one because I think people had a hard time coming up with ideas because it's kind of a tough question. But I loved the 3 ones that they picked, or at least 2 out of 3, because I'm not going to pretend I've seen all 3. Critters, which I know that Brandon, you're a big fan. I'm a big fan. Josh, I'm assuming you'd be a fan of Critters because you love little monsters.
Oh yeah, Critters was my old school fave.
Yeah,
So.
I figured. I just had a feeling. So Critters, Pumpkinhead, which we've already talked about, and Prophecy, which I'm not going to lie, I've never seen. I don't think I've seen any of the Prophecy movies. Christopher Walken. I don't know if he's in all the sequels. You guys seen Prophecy?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
like I've said,
yeah.
when I was down in Arizona, I was gonna actually go and visit that location of the school. And in the film, they have a schoolyard location that they had filmed at. That's like in Arizona. And I wasn't able to make it down there at that time. But yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah. So, and I know there's a number of sequels. Same with Pumpkinhead. So I've only seen part 1 of Pumpkinhead. Part 2, I think, is like, it comes significantly later than part 1. I think I have part 2. I just haven't watched it. I have it on VHS, but I think it came out in like 91 or 94. And then there's a part 3, which also is like much later. So I don't know if you guys have seen the sequels to Pumpkinhead. I don't know if they're any good.
I don't remember the sequels.
Okay.
But the Prophecy, my buddy Carl, remember Carl Dupree? He actually wrote the 3rd one.
Okay, cool.
So I watched that one.
And he's also written one of the Hellraiser.
Yeah, he did a bunch of stuff, but he did the Prophecy 3. So that's pretty cool. But I would have, my favorite with the Critters, I would have picked the Critters hands down. And I've seen all the remakes on that one. So, or not remakes.
Have you seen what is it, Critters Attack?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was one of my top 10 last year, I think.
Wait, the actual movie with Dee Wallace, you guys saw that?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it, but I know Josh did.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
No.
Yeah. I gotta share an app with you guys. I found an app. It's like a no-name app. It changes its name like every other month, but you can watch like all new movies on it. It's sick.
Cool.
So.
Yeah,
anyway.
was that Leonardo DiCaprio's first film, Critters?
Yeah. Was it the first one was his first film, or
the first one? Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, I loved the second one growing up. So I'm a big fan of the first one too, but like the second one, I think I watched on repeat. The rock, like the rock aspect to it when they're like transformed into like the rock singer or kind of new wavy rock singer, I guess. I don't know. I absolutely love that one. So yeah, I thought those 3 awesome titles, very creative. Definitely appreciated the people that voted on those. So the next follower pick of the week, we had the idea at one of our followers, Irivon 138. She had suggested that we do something along the lines of best zombie franchise, but obviously trying to exclude the Romero of the Dead franchise because that's the obvious answer. So we had a really like neck and neck outcome here. So the winner was the 28 Days Weeks Later franchise, which I think is great. I love 28 Days Later. 28 Weeks Later is also good, but 28 Days Later was one of my favorite films for a while. What one do you guys think? What one do you guys think got second place?
The Blind Dead.
Nope. Brandon, you want to take a guess?
What is it for out of 20 days?
No, what zombie franchise do you think got second place to this one?
Zombie franchise.
Probably Zombie.
I don't even know.
Resident Evil.
Oh,
no,
yeah?
I lie. It wasn't
Resident
Resident. Was it Resident Evil? I don't even know. Actually, now this is your next question. I don't even know the answer to.
Hey, do you know? Do you know who got second place? Because I don't. know.
I'm asking you guys because I forgot. No, hold on.
Oh man, I picked The Blind Dead, man. I was hoping that would get some cred.
That was an interesting pick.
It's crazy though because it's like zombies and like vampires and all that shit. Just for a while, it just started getting to that point where it's like, all right, are we gonna stop this shit now?
No.
Not like Walking Dead. It was like I mean, if it's done right.
I'm so dumb. It was Return of the Living Dead.
No, okay. But
also
since we're talking
answer.
about zombie, like I said, like when I was sitting there saying, "Hey, is this zombie shit gonna end?" and then Netflix came up with that Black Sunday shit, I thought that was done really well.
Black
I can't
Summer.
wait for season 2.
Black Summer, right?
Black Summer.
Yeah,
Black Summer. Right.
Oh, speaking of that, while we're on the topic of zombies, there is a new one that just got released to Netflix that I can't wait to watch. I think it's called #Alive.
Ooh.
I didn't see
And it's a Korean. It's a Korean zombie film. And I mean, if they do it anything close to Train to Busan, I'm all on board, dude. Because
movie night.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah, and what is it? And then Walking Dead has a new series coming out, and it's like, come on, let's just fucking end this shit, you know?
So I mean, I agree with you because I think it got really played out. But I am a fan of the zombie like genre. But
I love zombies. Don't get me wrong.
They definitely. I mean, they dragged Walking Dead on too long.
Yeah.
They pumped out too many things that were way too similar. I think we needed a break, but I definitely think coronavirus, brought out another wave of zombie films.
Like Corona Zombies.
Corona Zombies, yeah. You were just talking about that last night too. We also had another listener, follower recommend another one for people who are looking for zombie movies to check out, called Flu. I think was it just Flu? It's on Prime.
Sure.
It's on Prime, so I did check it out. I checked out the preview. It looks awesome. So I'm actually looking forward to checking that out. I think I'm going to do a little zombie double feature this weekend and check out #Alive and Flu.
Movie night at your house, Dave.
Yeah. Yep. Socially distanced movie night.
I'll be your bodyguard when you have to go to the ghetto to get your liquor.
Shut up. Whatever. I'm going to Pawtucket to get my beer this week, so meet me there.
I'm going Pawtucket.
Pawtucket.
Yeah, the whole time I was busting your balls, there was a drug deal right outside my house. So there we go. Oh, man. Yeah.
All right, so that's my follower picks of the week. Thank you for everyone who, religiously votes on the movies. And then, like, when I'm reaching out in the morning, they write these really thoughtful and extensive replies. And it's taken on its own life. It's crazy because, like, I have a few people that really take time and write like thoughtful responses that I'm like, you can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Cause it's like, you could just be like, oh, I like it because it's a dope ass film. But like, they're not doing that. They're giving me like,
I like it
explanations. Yeah. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. No,
that's a lot. That's a lot better than my
definitely
stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cause I was sitting there and like the phone would just start blowing up and then the messages are coming through and I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Just take a peek. Look.
And I also apologize to everybody who has gotten the same automated reply from me. Like I copy and paste this reply to all the winners. So it's not like you're going to see the same message every time you vote if you won. It's, there's people who have seen that like 13 times already, but I think it was our boy Dilo Draws is like, dude, you giving me an automated response, bro? I'm like, yeah, dude. What do you think I'm going to personally write each one of these? No. So, yeah, thanks again to everybody.
What did you think about this fucking film?
Hey, Nick, thanks for voting. You're a great guy.
I want to bring up my voting system because it's totally not as personal as yours. I just do the horror icon throwdown, and it's just vote. And I can see who votes, but I never actually like give props to anybody. Like I just let it slide, you know. And then I'll make the post about it and be like, "Oh, here you go. Here's the winner. Thanks for voting." You know.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of replies?
Well, the votes, it depends on what it is. Like this week, my son was bothering me to do Cartoon Cat versus Siren Head, and I
No
did
cereal?
that.
No cereal theme?
No, but no one knows who those are except young kids that play Minecraft. So, you know, I'm trying to stay hip with the kids and bring in some young followers. That's what's happening. But that one didn't get a lot of votes. So, and the other one I did was John Doe from Seven,
Yeah.
and then Fuad Ramsey's from Blood Feast.
Yeah, I love that. Blood Feast.
Yeah, I love Blood Feast.
Yeah, me
I
too.
was like the religious smackdown right there.
Speaking of remakes, have you seen the remake of Blood Feast?
I did not. I
Oh.
did not.
I can't remember if it might be a sequel. Actually, I don't know if it's
well, there is a sequel.
Yeah, that's the
There's
one
a
I was
part
meaning.
two.
Actually, yeah.
But there is a remake that
Yeah, I
came
didn't
out.
see the
Somebody
remake.
came along and did all of Herschel Gordon Lewis's films and like
Yeah.
tried to remake a lot of them.
Wizard of Gore.
Yeah, that was remade, and then they did 2001 Maniacs.
Yeah.
So so I did that one, and everybody voted for the guy from Seven, which obviously you would expect. You know what I mean? But the one that got a lot of votes that I did recently was the Lost Boys versus the Cullens, and that one got a lot of votes. Actually,
Disrespectful.
That's what you know. What I a lot of people threw hate on it, but Twilight, whether you loved it or you hated it, it brought so many people to the genre that like all of a sudden vampires blew up. So now all these like you went from sparkly vampires to True Blood. You know what I mean? True Blood became super popular, and that wouldn't have happened if Twilight hadn't happened. So people can hate all they want, you know? So there you go.
I hear you, dude.
So I think we should just wrap this up. I do have news. The website is up. By the time this comes out, it should be all set. We got some swag up. The homepage is done. We're working on reviews, putting some reviews up there. Dave and I are talking reviews. Brandon, you're welcome to put stuff up too. We're trying to figure out how to lay it out. So that's happening. PVDhorror.com. I just gotta put in the shipping for some products, and that can go live. So that's cool.
So if you guys go up there, you'll see, we got our PVD horror stickers. They were done by D-Lo Draws, so you can check those out. And then also, currently there'll be some prints up there. Those are from me, my Killer TV prints, and what's the other one? Killer Portrait. I think I have one of those
you
up
have
there.
the portrait and the TV.
Yeah. So check those out. Those are all my my photography prints. Pretty reasonable, pretty dope. Check them out. Buy them.
Yep. Yeah. So that's up. And I also we did a Patreon. We're working on that right now. Hopefully that will be up within the next week or so. Not that we are asking for money, but we do a lot of free events. Like a lot of free events. We're doing a podcast now, and we have always done stuff for charity at every single event, except the last one because we only had like 3 days to put it together. So if people are, feeling like throwing $1 our way, that would be nice to cover all our expenses that we hand out for free. So that'd be nice. So we're working on that too. You know what? I don't need to make a killing, just enough to like, cover what we put into this. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Sure.
So, yeah. So anyway, that's in the works too. And Horror Depot, my website is almost finished. I'm working on some payment gateways for sellers. So there's all the down low news with us, and stay tuned for more events coming up in October and Christmassy events. So that's that.
For sure.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you. If you made it all the way to this point, that means you finished the episode. So congratulations, you made it.
And you are mentally ill.
And you now are.
All right. This is Joshua.
This is Brandon.
And this is Dave. Thank you for listening.
Do you know how much pie I eat? I eat half a pie every day.
He's all high on
I
pie.
eat like
Somebody had asked me, what's your obsession with pie? And I said, I don't know, the man likes pie.
Josh, how many pies you on right now, bro?
Today's Thursday. How many fucking pies did you eat this fucking week?
like 6.
Be honest, Josh. 6?
6.
You eating 6 pies this week?
Yeah.
I like pumpkin pie.
Josh, if you ever need to talk about pies and like your addiction to them, we're here for you.
Like The Rock.
Thanks.
Do you like pie?
Fan. I was like, yeah, big girls.